Dylan, a 7-year-old boy with bright brown eyes and spiky brown hair, loved exploring and learning new things. His best friend, Mauro, with his jet black hair and a curious mind, was always up for an adventure. One day, they decided to dive deep into the sea to learn about creatures that no one knew much about. "Let's explore the underwater world and find some really cool creatures," said Dylan. "Yeah, I bet there are animals that no one has ever heard of," Mauro replied. And so, they put on their diving gear and plunged into the deep blue ocean. As they swam deeper, they spotted something strange moving among the seaweed. "Look, Mauro, it's like a floating leaf," Dylan exclaimed. It wasn't a leaf at all. It was a leafy sea dragon. With its long, green, leaf-like fins, this creature looked just like the seaweed around it. Wow. Did you know the leafy sea dragon is a master of disguise? It hides from predators by blending in with plants. Mauro read from their underwater guidebook. And they don't have any teeth or stomach. They suck up tiny shrimp and plankton like a vacuum cleaner, Dylan added. Swimming further, Mauro pointed to something tiny clinging to a pink coral. "Dylan, look, I think that's a seahorse, but it's so small." They had discovered a pygmy seahorse, one of the tiniest seahorses in the world. It was only the size of a fingernail and camouflaged perfectly with the coral it clung to. Pygmy seahorses are tiny, but they are great hiders, Mauro shared. They use their tails to grip onto corals and sway with the water, just like the coral branches. Did you know they turn the same color as the coral they live on to hide from predators? Dylan said, amazed. As they swam even deeper, Dylan and Mauro spotted a strange, squishy-looking creature floating near the ocean floor. "Whoa, what is that? It looks like a pink jelly balloon." Dylan laughed. "That's a blobfish," Mauro said, reading from their guidebook. "It's often called the world's ugliest animal, but it looks like that because it lives deep in the ocean where the pressure is super high. Up here, it just looks, well, blobby. When it's down deep, it's actually quite normal looking," Dylan added. "It doesn't have muscles, so it just floats around and waits for food to drift by." Suddenly, they noticed something changing colors and shapes right before their eyes. "Look over there. That fish just disappeared into the background," Mauro shouted. "That's no fish. It's a cuttlefish," Dylan explained. "Cuttlefish are super smart and can change their skin color and texture to blend in with anything," Mauro added. "And they have 3 hearts. 2 pump blood to their gills, and 1 pumps it to the rest of their body. Isn't that cool?" "Yeah, and they're known as the chameleons of the sea because of their amazing camouflage skills," Dylan said with excitement. Swimming back toward the surface, they saw a gigantic, flat, round fish basking in the sunlit water. "Whoa, that fish is huge," Mauro exclaimed. "It looks like a giant pancake." "That's a sunfish, also known as a mola mola," Dylan explained. "It can grow as big as a small car and weigh more than 2,000 pounds. Sunfish are funny because they love sunbathing on the surface after diving deep into the cold water to hunt for jellyfish," Mauro added. "They even let birds land on them to eat the parasites off their skin." After a day of discovering all these amazing creatures, Dylan and Mauro decided to head back to the shore. They were tired but thrilled with all they had learned. "Wow, today was amazing. I never knew there were so many unique sea creatures out there," Mauro said.